What about the zeros and the ones?
You guys hear about the new Matrix?
No.
The Dune Matrix 4.
And 5.
I know. And Keanu Reeves is coming back.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that it might be a saving grace in my book.
And who else is coming back though?
Yeah?
Yeah.
What? What are you speaking of?
Matrix 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
See, that requires me to have seen 1 through 3 to get excited
Oh,
for
dude,
that.
they're good. They're
Oh my
totally good.
No,
movies.
I know they are. I just haven't gotten around to them. They just aren't
the,
like
the
high
third
on
one.
priority.
The third one was kind of reachy in some aspects.
Yeah.
Depending on how they do 4 with Canoe and
Canoe.
My boy. As I call him.
Oh, he's
That's
such a cool dude. I can't like. I used to be like I hate him so much, but now, I look back on roles he's played, and you have to appreciate.
yeah, on some of the roles he's done and for his little career.
Yeah, and like
Johnny Mnemonic.
Johnny Mnemonic,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Devil's Advocate,
Yeah.
incredible movie.
Yeah.
John Wick is good. Whoa.
John Wick is like pure action, but if you see his training regime for
Hardest
that,
working guy in
you
Hollywood.
have to respect that.
True.
To put that amount of work in.
And like,
Uh,
and honestly, like the dude takes public transit. He's the kind of guy who gets up and lets old ladies sit down on the bus. You know what I mean? Like he's just a good dude. He might
Yeah.
not be
Genuinely
the
nice.
sharpest pencil,
But he's the nicest.
Speaking of getting to work, hello everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode. Oh, what was it? I think we were playing Age of Ashes or something, and we were just chatting, and I just started the feed up, and it worked. You know, we were talking about the gaming aspect and everything, and we've been doing this more and more, and now we're leading into like 10 solid minutes of just talking about video games and movies and smack and stuff. But hey, we're back. Welcome to Season 3. We are running Queen of Era Darkness in the Saga Edition Star Wars, a dead system, a broken system, but we're exploring it to see how dead, how broken it is. But you know what? A good story cometh out. And anything that, I don't know, it looks like canon to me. We got Bespin, we're working for Bail Organa, we got Stormtroopers. It's 19 years before Han shot Guido, because we shot Foist. You know, I've been having a good time. This is our very first podcast, and we started off with, actually, if you look at Ryan Messina, Ryan, say hello.
Hi guys. What's shaking?
Ryan is still wearing the PS4 headset that we got him. That was the audio, I believe, like in the first couple episodes. And then we moved on, and eventually in Season 2 got better microphones, and now here we are in Season 3 breaking into video. You know, we're streaming live, so we can't just pause and record and edit out terrible jokes and stuff. We're ramping up to a live
so you
show,
guys
keeping the flow.
Get to see how we really are.
Oh, no, it's terrible. But you know what's saving me editing time? I used to spend 5 hours on an hour episode. Now it's like, nah, it's streaming. You know, I pull the audio, I run it through a bunch of chains in Audacity, I check some stuff, I do my own lead-in, my own outro with music that sounds better than the bleed-through on this, and just double-check for any errors, and sometimes I'll actually pull it and repost it in the video, so it's not just the actual YouTube version of audio is sometimes better than the streaming version, because I'll compress it and stuff. Rinse, repeat, 4 or 6 shows, and, you know, like, considering how far we've come since back in the day, when we started. I'm very proud of you guys. I really am. I reached out to these guys one at a time, and they're like, hey, we just want to show up and play. Put a microphone in front of me? Okay, whatever. We're playing. And bit by bit, we have trained them and whipped them into shape. Not to eat on camera, to actually be somewhat presentable on camera. The lighting aspect, the green screen aspect, getting a decent C90 camera, the mics that pick up freaking computer fans and echoey rooms and all this stuff, all this stuff.
Keyboard.
But we have a long way to go. And we're glad you're here watching, listening, and being with us. And we appreciate your comments, constructive criticism, especially with rule sets. We have a rules as written policy. We try to stay raw, as it were. We appreciate all our satellite lawyers out there that are typing in the chat or that send us emails through rollmongers.com. I forward those emails, everything, to the entire cast. There is no private conversation. I think recently I had a private conversation with one fan, but it was just sort of...
I had a private conversation.
Did you?
I haven't shared it with anyone yet. Actually, it was really nice. King of First sent me a private message on Facebook just saying how much he appreciates what we do. It was really,
there you go.
Touching.
There you go.
Got me right in the feels.
Oh, that's good. No, that's good. We have a Discord server. And if you check us out on Twitter, you can find the link to that and cite yourself in, and we have chats. I do find that the Star Wars fans are the ones that are the most chatty in those servers.
It's because they're the coolest. They're the coolest.
So here we are in episode 9?
1,000.
Yeah, I can't remember.
100,000.
There's so much going on. It's season 3? I know. Yeah, we're in season 3. Where am I? Wake up. Perform.
We'll find out when you post it.
Yeah. I guess pretty sure it's like episode 9 or 10. And surprise, surprise, Ramagilligar and his bodyguard, the Bug Wonder, or Boy Wonder, martial arted their way, saved the day, helped you guys out during your investigation, and now we're back to the Sarlacc project, hunting down Darga. Where are the Imperials hiding? And this lovely tourist trap. But there's a big distraction. There's a card game. There's a Sabak tournament. Well, that's okay. Apparently the transaction, the dirty spy work, is going to go down right as the tournament is happening. You guys head back to your rooms, or the ship. Which was it?
Rooms.
Head back.
Rooms,
Head
for
back.
sure. Yeah.
Head back to your rooms.
Yeah, we're not going through security with all these
And
heavy blaster pistols.
forming up a little plan, possibly, about what? About checking out the Yerith Bespin Hotel?
Yeah. And then the royal whatever for the tournament as well.
Okay.
But we'll do the hotel first because we may want to upgrade our residences.
Okay. I had a quick question for Joe. Mr. Moole, you have this breath mask. You're one of the... What's the name of your race again?
Gand.
A Gand, and you look like an insectoid race.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And the Gand, we remember from Empire, where Darth Vader pulled all the classic bounty hunters, including Boba Fett. And you had your lizard guy, and the Gand guy was a little bug dude, kind of short and squat with the big long pincer rifle and the gas mask. And we found out in the Tabana gas room that you're immune to poisons.
Yes.
That's cool. And you're a martial artist.
Yeah, because I have a breathing apparatus.
Okay. So you pretty much get your own air supply and don't have to worry about, right? So that means you don't breathe oxygen. You must breathe something else? Or...
Poison.
No, I'm just saying there's a difference between like having like filtered air like some kind of stormtrooper or having your race has to breathe something dioxic or carbon based or helium based. I think your race something like,
Yeah.
Now that would be funny. Take the thing out. Oh guys, how's it going? Like
They breathe ammonia.
Oh no way.
Seriously.
Oh my god. The building is trashed. The hotel. The
Just smells
hotel.
like cat pee.
I know, it's like the hotel is crumbling and has lost his breathalyzer and he's desperately searching for someone that's got to either take a leak or a cat box just so he can breathe. It's terrible. Not a position you want to be in. All right. So what about speaking? So far you've been the strong silent type, but...
Yep. Speaking, I use a translator. I speak Gand.
Okay, so you actually...
That's it.
We actually hear the... do you guys remember the scene in Dune where the Time Guild comes out? They had the big silly-looking black microphone put for the guy, and he's like, oh, yeah, right? But then through the mic you hear this, you will not destroy the guild, blah, 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 Empire do this, you're a bitch. You guys remember that? So that's the kind of thing going on. You kind of hear the, blah, blah, blah. Now...
It's Princess Leia's disguise in the Hutt Palace. Yato, Yato.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's she's using a translator.
I gotta say, because if you just suddenly talk, he's never spoken, but if he suddenly talked and like you heard like Bane's voice, like "Hello everyone. I'm the That would be like, oh, we paid extra credits for that, right? I mean, if you can put Neo in your phone going, whoa, then why not? Anyway, I'm just saying.
I know Kung Fu.
I had a request from King of First. He was asking what happened to your butler in an email. Did he die? Did we forget about him? I just admitted that you and I forgot about him. We left him on the ship. It's like, so he's out there like serving Captain O'Keefe and Old Man Zinn, coffees. Well,
Oh no, he comes to my room. He follows me around. He's like my private retainer. He sees to the day-to-day finances and keeps all my ex-wives at bay.
Okay, so like during a battle.
I'm sorry, sir. Master can't come to the phone.
Well, is he in battle? Like, is he like Richie Rich's butler that shows up with an ammo clip? Here you are,
No,
sir.
he is not. I had a choice to make him a combatant, but I chose to make him the utility type because it suits my character more.
Oh, okay.
And I've got Merrick and TP.
So you complain about the lack of mayonnaise at the yacht club, and he'll come out with a jar. Here you are, sir.
Excuse me. Do you have any Grey Poupon? Now we fashioned a voice for him. You tried to get me to do a voice, and you were talking about the guy from Woodhouse from friggin' Archer. This is perfect. The best voice ever. That's exactly who I pictured.
And that's what you were doing. Like yes, thank you. I only took the shot in the arm. It's fine. I'm fine.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So many voices in my head, and I can have trouble keeping them all straight, Matt. No. NPCs, pages and pages of them. And, a DM trick, email us at rollmongers.com and tell us your GM story of where you practice your voice. Do you do it in the bathroom, in the shower, when you're driving in the car alone? Are there close family members or coworkers near you thinking you're batshit crazy because there you are, I don't know, perhaps a young greengrocer that's, in aisle 4, and grandma comes up and says, excuse me, can you tell me where the mayo is? And you're like, it's in aisle 4, ma'am. Did you like that voice? And they just back away slowly. I mean, what's your story? We'd like to hear it. Email us at rollmongers@gmail.com.
All of the above.
There's Aiden walking down the street debating whether or not to be a fire truck, and he's practicing voices. See, that makes sense to me. That makes a lot of sense to me. So guys, there you are plotting in your hotel room, and then there's or the Star Trek thing at the doorbell.
Alphonse, get the door.
So he's off the ship and he's actually in your current.
Oh yeah, he's in. Yeah, because he does my laundry. He's
Oh, okay.
My manservant.
Yeah, so he's there like polishing the shin guard on your pinstripe armor.
He's the one who keeps my
waxing
suits
it.
Pressed. My fedora shaped.
Yeah, so I've got the coat off on a rack, and I've got the vest and the white shirt because I was doing labor and the sleeves are rolled up. Right away, sir. Shuffles over, and you guys remember the butler in the old Lara Croft video games that just kind of followed you around with the shaking tray because the guy was like 90. He was always trying to serve you tea, and Lara Croft would you'd play her and she'd run off and do something, and you'd come back and the butler had made it halfway across the hedge maze. You guys remember that? The old Lara Croft PS4?
And then you lock him in the cooler because he kept getting in the way during trying to get to the secrets?
Yeah, exactly. It's just this 90-year-old butler be shuffling along with a tray. That's a Woodrow I picture and would love to adore. As of course, puts down the armor, thank God. Makes his way to the door slowly, unraveling sleeves, gets the jacket on just in time, and hits the door thing. Who is it? I see. One moment, please. Sir, there's a Mr. Mole at the door. First name Vabesh. Sorry, Vabish.
Right.
You hear squawk, squawk, squawk through the box. Vabish has come on behalf of Mr. Gilligar. First name Ramadama Ding Dong.
By all means, let our guest in.
Okay.
Prepare refreshments.
Right away, sir. So he opens the door. You may enter, sir. And he steps back, and there he is in all his glory. Cleaned up. The sort of combat paste and whatever he had going on in the room down there, and the poncho and everything all gone. He looks like a regular, tourist and everything, comes in. Yeah. And he hands you a data chip.
Perfect.
So anyway, you plug it in.
Yep.
And it's a missive from Ramagilligar, trying to keep an extra low profile. And since you have a knack of getting in trouble far faster than I do, old friend, I thought I would loan you my guy for the day.
Wonder what he's got up his sleeves.
I'm sure it's like, I don't know. It's like, oh, P.S. He won't negotiate the rate, and it's kind of like, oh, okay. So Gil's short on cash and can't afford him for like, he's like, gave him to you, right, just to like ease the debt that he's incurring on this thing, So anyway, there's Bug Boy just kind of politely standing in the doorway.
Invite him in.
Okay, what did you say the guy, Waldorf, what's his name?
No, Alphonse.
Alphonse comes back with your frosted glasses, and like one is like smoking green putrid looking gas coming over, and he just hands it to the Gand. And he's actually got his own like breath mask on. Your refreshments, sir. Right. The worst part is you guys, like, his flies down, there's like a little bit of his t-shirt poking out, just fresh ammonia, sir.
Ew.
Stood it myself.
Right, so what do you guys think is the best avenue to pursue right off the bat? Should we go to the gaming commission, or should we check out that fancy hotel? I vote for the fancy hotel. You never know, we might get an upgrade.
Not a bad idea.
Always had a nose for deals, Rahaul.
Mull, are you accepting this drink? And
Yep.
Okay. So I'm assuming like you can't breathe and drink, so you must have a tube or something. You just like unplug and stick in it, right? Or you just lift the mask and there's like the little fly tongue, something going on there. Gives him sugar water. He goes nuts. All right. So guys, by all means, what's your next move?
I'll take 10, hop on the HoloNet, send an update to Switch, and ask him if he has any knowledge of the Huttese activities, Darga's activities here in Cloud City. And then I will also jump on the HoloNet and do a little bit of research about the hotel.
Okay. Some galactic lore, some computer use, a little bit of both.
Probably gather information, I would think.
Sure. Gathering of the info.
Yeah. 26.
So the Cloud City Sabacc tournament is held annually. It is one of the most highly publicized Sabacc tournaments in the galaxy. This year, the tournament is being held at the Royal Casino, though past tournaments have been held in other casinos and even at the Yerith Bespin Hotel on some occasions, and that is the hotel that the little Ugnaughts told you to go check out. The buy-in, of course, as you know, is 10,000 credits per person. The winner takes the entire prize at the end of the tournament, so that actually is the prize money. So X amount of, buy in, somebody walks away with quite a lot of credits. You reach out to Switch, right?
Yep.
So let's see if I can just remember this here. Aha, Mr. Oberus. So good to hear from you again. Please, tell me, what can I do for you?
Well, as I informed you when we was back on Cato Nemoidia, we're hunting down Dagga the Hutt, trying to find some information about a certain project that he's involved with. Now, unfortunately, he managed to slip slip away from Cato Nemoidia, and we tracked him to here. But folks is pretty tight-lipped anytime you try poking around for the hut. So I was just wondering if maybe through some of your channels you could find any information about Daga's whereabouts or what they're involved in.
If you've chased the hut from his own palace and he's gone to ground, I suppose that no amount of money or influence could buy information from those that he's already bought or subdued with fear. However, I am not, as you know, without my resources. Since you are on Cloud City, I suppose while I'm looking into this for you, you could possibly do me a favor. Had you any intention of involving yourself in the annual tournament?
Possibly. I've got some associates here who are definitely involved with it.
Excellent. Then I have a proposal for you. I could arrange to enter you in the tournament for the distinct purpose to influence its outcome on my behalf.
Interesting proposal.
I will supply the entry fee to one of my contacts that you can rendezvous with later. And if you would like to, shall we say, mull this over for a little bit, get back to me, and I will set up a rendezvous with, shall we say, not only someone that shall be your new best friend and fellow competitor in the tournament, but someone I wish you to influence to be its victor.
Game fixing. That's mighty ambitious to be trying to pull off during this tournament.
Well, of course, I can offer you a percentage of the winnings since I'm about to front you, what is it? And he does some 10,000 credits. I could offer you 5% of the total pot for covering the fee and sort of doing the legwork, helping influence my man winning.
If you can also put some ears to the ground about Daga, and if you ever hear anything mentioned about a Project Sarlacc, toss that info my way. That seems like a pretty fair exchange.
Then we have a deal?
Of course, I have to discuss it with my business partners.
Okay.
But I'm sure they'll see this as probably our best course of action. So expect to hear from me quite soon.
Of course. Switch out. I've always wanted to say that in a transmission. End trans. Oh, that one's good too. And he cuts the comm.
So I'll go out and explain the situation, the offer from Switch. And see if there's any objections.
So we are to infiltrate this game?
Yeah, it's an interesting proposal.
For only 5%?
5% plus some information which could prove to be infinitely valuable.
Could be good. If this is situation, there are ways we could join, garner some more information. Perhaps they are looking for more security detail. Security has been increased on this city over the past few days, they say.
Well, I think it's going to be an all-hands-on-deck kind of a situation, so the more people we got in there, working from the inside, the better.
You guys want...
Merrick, I had no idea You were such a conniving man.
I'm just a mercenary. You know that, Rahaul. I can see where conflict is, and where there's conflict, people need medic.
You got that right, big guy. All right. Give me a couple minutes here, and I'll inform our friend that we're going to take the deal, unless Posa has an issue with it.
I have an issue with rigging the game, but I also have an issue with gambling in general, so...
Rigging the game? You must really hate casinos then, eh?
Never been in one.
Trust me, there ain't no games rigged more than you'll find in them places, which just so happens to be where we're going. This kind of game is all about who can rig it the best.
If it makes you feel better, think of it more like a battlefield. Superior weaponry is not rigging, it is more prepared.
I guess if everyone's bringing firepower, we might as well bring the biggest. So, if we're gonna do it, we need to do it right.
All right, I'll go inform our friend. So I'll get on the direct holographic mini link.
You call switchback?
Yep.
A little while later?
Yep.
Okay.
I discussed it with the rest of my companions, and they were mostly on board, but they thought that 5% was a little bit low. So if you could make it 10%, just so we could cover everyone's expenses.
10%, you say? You must be very secure in your abilities. No. I suppose since you are already in position, and shall we say, I agree you're well suited to the task, else I wouldn't have asked. I would be willing to agree to 6%.
6%. Oh, come on, Switch. You can do better than that. You know I'm going to pull this off. If there's anybody here who can do it, it's me.
Persuasion?
I'll chuck out my mighty persuasion. Excuse me while I whip this out. Bam! 27 perception. I can see that my persuasion... I keep doing that. Let's try that again. There you go. 28 persuasion.
Very well. But keep in mind, I am fronting the 10,000 buy-in. I suppose I could go as high as 7%, but that's it. Take it or leave it.
Well, you drive a hard bargain, but I'm going to take it.
Excellent. And we have a deal.
Indeed.
I can't say that I've managed to dig up anything about your inquiries in the short time since my last transmission, so I'll simply say, peace out. And he's gone. He's obviously in experimental mode at this,
All right. So I'll go back and inform them of the good news. Got 7%.
Yes.
And we're expecting to rendezvous with his man. In the meantime, I like your idea about getting a couple of yous into the security squad so we could have some armed hands in-house.
You guys want to do some gather info about, to see if that's a legit request, who you need to talk to, that kind of thing?
Absolutely, I'll look into it.
Okay. Gather info, boys?
100%, because it's a brilliant idea.
Any aiding?
I will aid.
Well, another avenue of that would be the band. Remember, I went for tryouts.
Oh, yes.
They're going to be performing at it, which I feel like they would.
Yeah, that would definitely put you on the staff side of things, and it's not like they're going to play 24/7, so you would have sort of a better access in the crowd as a staff member. Poser, that's a legit job too, yeah?
Multiple angles. Oh, I'm liking this. This is so Ocean's 11. We got the guys in the security team. We got the player on the floor. We got the dude in the band.
Okay, so what'd you got?
I'm liking this.
Gather info?
I got to gather information of 18.
Okay.
I aided you to gain you +2, so that's a 20 now.
Jacques Mandelbrot. is the owner of the Royal Casino and has been hiring a private security force to help keep it safe during the tournament, which means his existing security force isn't enough, and he's outsourced. So that's a good sign that if you guys went and found this guy and maybe, you know, presented your case, offered yourselves up, a little persuasion and everything, does not seem to be such a dead out avenue out of the gate.
Sure, I like it. So, and I'd say we should send our combat folks in for that.
Okay.
And
now the
Posa, if you've got time, pursue that band audition. Be a great way to get you in, and the less we bring as an entourage, the less we seem to be a group, the more power we're going to have in there to affect the game.
Fair. All right, I'll do that. I'll look into it.
Okay. Now
we're supposed to be that night.
No. It's actually, you guys have some time. You guys do.
Yeah.
You guys do have downtime. So if you guys wanted to get back to your mission and trace the lead the Ognaughts gave you, I mean, it's good to lay the groundwork for this tournament because it's coming up quickly, and you guys are like, shit, how are we gonna do this? No one's got 10,000 credits lying around. So you guys reach out to Switch. So a little dirty money opportunity there. You're playing a security angle. There are a couple.
I'll also send another data reply back to Ramagilligar and get Gan to deliver it.
They offer 4 ways in the adventure to get in. 1 is buying your way in. 3 options, right? Plus the one Aiden came up with the band, the staff. So that's pretty good. Because you guys actually hit 2 of them out of the gate before they actually, I wouldn't say railroad, but if you guys get like on the ropes, you know, calls start coming in and, you know, NPCs kind of nudge you guys and stuff like, not that you should ever sit on your ass in a Star Wars game, but I do like how if a player gets a little lost, instead of the GM going, well, you could do this, this, or this, they actually have the environment or NPCs kind of present opportunities or shift and, you know, that kind of thing. So, but no, definitely some good ideas all around. Being aggressive with the, you know, the phone calls to Switch and that going on. So
I was due to check in with him anyways.
Yeah. Now Switch doesn't call you, but he transfers you the information
for the contact.
Yeah, and he's there's a Twi'lek ship captain named Korma Moro. Right? So not only does this guy have Switch's money to get you in, he also has bought in. He's a fellow competitor, and it's Moro that Switch wants you to be the victor of the tournament to help this guy win.
Yep.
So actually, so the bagman is actually your mark, the guy that you're helping. So he's obviously in on it. Like Switch isn't like, oh, I just want, you know, this guy to win and we're betting behind the scenes. Like the guy, the actual player is in on what Switch has got going on.
Yeah, so I'll also set up a meeting with him, find a private location where we won't be overheard and won't be witnessed, so we can do our transaction and set up a game plan. But first, I want to check out that hotel.
Sure.
You know, I'll send Vabish off with a data chip. Give everybody a couple hours to sort their stuff. What's the price of medical in this place?
What you mean, like to buy
to get healed up, topped up?
Considering it's like opulent and a, you know, that kind of thing, I would say probably 20% over, you know, market, because you're the best healing or whatever. However, I wouldn't have you guys like roll raw dice. It would be kind of like a 1, 2s, and 3s or re-rolls, and you guys would get.
I have a couple med packs, but I don't want to just toss them around.
No, what I'm saying, like, if there's any variable in the healing, right, you guys would be guaranteed 40 to 100%. None of this 10, 20, 30% healing from rolling a 1 or 2 or a 3. But you're going to pay, because they have the best doctors and stuff here, but it's also because it's a tourist trap and it's so opulent and everything's expensive. Now, that being said, that's for show. I mean, there are levels of Bespin. You know, there's some dirty rags with the Ognaughts. Hey, man, I got to cut. Can you help me? You know, like there are levels of society here.
I don't want to deal with pig doctors.
The chop doc, you know. I mean, too bad we sent our doctor on his way. You know, oops. So that being said, so the four of you guys want to take Gil's man with you?
We're all hurt, right?
Yeah. So you guys want to find some healing, some love and healing?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Okay. Now you guys can have, like, I believe the tournament's soon, but it's not, like I said, it's not within a day. So if you guys want to do the rest and heal for starters.
Yep.
Right. Do you guys want to work out some kind of deal with Mull to have him on retainer? Because obviously he's Gil isn't paying him to guard you. It's like, you know, I don't need him for the weekend, and you know, he's free. He's looking for some extra part-time work. Here you go. Bye. You know, I got to.
If he wants in on the equal cut share of the profit for this venture, he's welcome to join with that. I'm not going to pay him up front.
Okay.
He's not my hired hand.
So there you go, Joe. There's your first. There's your perfect chance to invent a GAN language by mumbling gibberish into the mic.
Yeah. Okay.
No. Hey, seriously,
it still comes out as what is it? Galactic Common.
Yeah.
Basic.
I'll worry about that. Just, you know, just give me the muffled GAN speak. You got any kind of insectoid? What would that sound like? Just curious.
I have no idea.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Nope.
You're never gonna get him to do a voice.
There's no. I'm not trying to get him to do a voice. It's just, even if he's just like, you know, just
that would be a voice, Jeff.
Come on, dude.
No.
Roll with this. There's a reason. There's a very good reason. Come on. Just once. I'll never ask again.
You already did that.
Per game, per podcast. Sorry, this is brand new.
Yeah, you already did that in the previous game.
No, come on. Anyway, he's got his little gas mask on. You're just nodding vigorously, right?
Yeah.
This is like the guy that actually doesn't speak or understand. He just nods at everything. They pay him. Oh, bad guys attack them. You help defend. No idea, you know. You go back, you beat up Gilligar. You said they'd have my money. These guys owed you cash. Where's my money? Beat the tar out of them, right? No. I'm sure you guys are closer in sort of a Deadpool 2 and Peter sort of way, where it's like, I will never let anything happen to you, Sugar Bear. You know, something like that going on. Just wanted to have the, having you mumble going, you know, and all of a sudden the translator kicks in going, yes, I'd love to. The big Bane thing going on. But no. So a day's healing. Aiden, remind me here. So before you guys get into slapping med packs that you just bought.
So normally a day's healing, you regain hit points equal to your level for 8 consecutive uninterrupted hours.
Okay. So for starters, you guys can have that.
Or if we wait until the rest of the group is asleep, and then I walk in and tap everyone on the head, I drop them into a force trance.
Well, you can do that sneaky stuff on your own, just you and me kind of thing, but then we got to get into... Like I said, you're asking the players to agree to something the characters wouldn't know about, and just like, stay asleep, don't be suspicious of if I'm in there groping you at night, or just standing over your bed. So I kind of want to, like, for the bonus hit points they're about to get, I'd like some stealth rolls and just see if they wake up going, what are you doing there, Posa? You're looking at me all creepy. What's with the knife? You know, something like some shit going on. I just like standing at, you know, you had a fever. You know,
I just like watching you sleep.
Oh, I know. It's like, you know.
Oof.
6.
So 13 on the first one, 6 on the second.
Keep going. Third one.
5 on the third.
Okay, so there's 3 of them, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, when you're asleep, you're perception -10. So you're fast asleep. Who do you want to start with?
Let's start with Merrick.
So there's Merrick, you know, and sure enough, he's cuddled up to Sasha. You know, safety's on, you know, and he's got it taped so he doesn't accidentally flip it off, you know. And he's got
That's experience.
He's got Sasha, here, and this like massive sort of
10 perception.
So 13 stealth. You sneak in.
Yep.
Okay. Stroke him lovingly. There you go. So Ryan.
Dream of big women.
Princess Bride. Awesome movie.
Yep.
Force point. Force point for
thanks.
Ryan. What is your level, sir? 5th?
Yep.
So you get 10 back, thanks to Poser's Night Grope.
Nope.
No?
So in this state, they rest as though in a deep coma and considered helpless. Each hour the target remains in the trance, the target regains a number of hit points equal to its character level.
Oh.
Each
hour.
Each hour.
Okay.
Oh.
So assuming we're doing the standard 6 to 8 hours, that should pretty much bring you back up to full.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm missing 30 hit points, so...
Okay.
Yep.
So that would be 6 hours of sleep out of 8. So there you go. You're good. You're full, Merrick.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
I dream of very big women.
Next victim, we have Rahaul.
Okay, minus 10 modifiers already applied.
Okay. 9 to a 6. So there he is, cuddled up to a little striped teddy bear. And he's mumbling to himself, like having a bad dream, something about the payment is coming, Margaret, and you can call off the bounty hunters, Edwina, and just going through a list of female names and just excuses of payments and shit, this kind of thing. And then he just kind of like stops breathing and just suddenly looking around in the dark. Do you have any kind of night vision?
Do I know?
Okay. Roll percentage chance. You got a teddy bear. There's a 50% chance there's a nightlight going on.
Probably a lot higher than that, knowing Rahaul.
Okay, 60% chance. Boy, Aiden, dude. Not only is he not pissed that I'm like making fun of his character.
92.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, he forgot his nightlight, so pitch black. Something woke you.
But I sense something.
Yes, you do. Instinctively reaching out with the Force because you're semi-conscious. Can I have a use a Force check? Oh, he who might have actually taken the Force-sensitive feat against my best interest and demands.
No, because I haven't taken it yet. So it's not available to me.
Your gut tells you you're safe. Because Poser, you never deemed as ever any kind of threat. So even though something woke you, and there's Poser like literally with the cone head and the lampshade on top, looking much more like a lamp than any party goer, freezing, it's like you wake up and you don't sense danger. And since you don't have the feet, you don't sense a Force user or a Poser, so
go back to sleep.
Okay, so he just rolls over, Aiden counts to 6,000 in his head and then sneaks away. So can I have a stealth check? 5. It's already there.
Yep.
Perception again, -10.
Actually, wait, hold up. I think I can take 10
I don't know.
on stealth checks. Give me a second.
Well, let's see if this -10. It's just it's a raw roll for me.
Yeah, I know. It's just like you can't take
4.
Yes.
So there you go. There you go. Dude, I'm burning the 5. Don't save it by taking 10. I'm helping you.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
No, I know.
Okay. Anyway, so off you go. Close the door. Right? And the Gand?
Did he look hurt?
Oh. You wounded? Yeah, actually, you guys shared a moment at the hole, so it's like, yeah,
I'm wounded bad.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, then I will take 10.
Okay.
Sneak up in on him.
Okay, so you sneak into the room, and the bed is empty.
Huh. Okay.
Perception? Use the Force? It's dark in here.
Yeah.
You want to use it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna ping that.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna look for this boy. 31 to find him.
Okay. Being an insectoid, laying out in the open would be like just laying on top of a log like a caterpillar. I can't see his race sleeping like that. He's either under the bed or tucked up in a corner of the room and is just in a safer, darker, you know what I mean? More secure position. It's not like he's doing anything creepy. Like, it's not like he's dangling from the ceiling from some sick vampire fuck. No. We reserve that for the creepiest of the creepy characters. No. You know, he's just doing the racial thing. You know, he's made a fort out of cupboards and beds and stuff to distract you as he's, you know, dangling underneath the. You know, anyway, you sense him out, you feel him out.
All right,
and like I said, it's not so hard to get to him. It's just he's just not, you know, out in the open.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. You know, just taking 10, stealth up to him.
He's actually hiding, like he's like sleeping in the closet. It's a secure space. You know. Do you want to take him out of the closet? Is it time for him to come out of the closet? Okay, no,
just leave him.
Okay, we'll just leave Joe in the closet. Okay, yeah, that's right, Joe. I meant that joke because you were being mean. When I ask. So this hand comes in, you know. Yeah. So, sorry, you're taking 10 on me now. This is a thing.
Yes.
Damn it. Okay, so what's your stealth at 10?
13.
All right. Perception at -10, Mr. Mole. Yeah. I like this. How many times has the rogue in your party like, okay, GM, they're all asleep. I steal their shit. It's like the cleric's like, okay, they're all asleep. No one knows I'm a paladin. I'm gonna go around and heal everybody because they can't know I'm straight. Like, you know, that I heal. You know, it's just, they can't know my faith. Or just like, that's kind of interesting. You know what I mean? Like,
it's total role. We are the anti-party.
Yeah, I know. It's like the paladin is in hiding, hanging out with the schmucks, and
the paladin's in hiding.
Yeah, like
the party is led by the rogue.
You got a gangster, a mercenary, and you know. Okay.
A perception of -3.
Ooh, okay.
You see the inside of your eyelids.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is he doesn't have eyelids. He's got those big bug eyes. So you're like looking right at him, and it's really creepy. It's just, you know. And then there's just like the rasping, you know.
Hoser's a little creeped out, you know, still. Taps on the forehead.
I'm telling you, nothing beats leth upside down like a vampire with hair dangling. So that's the creepiest that you guys have ever seen. Okay. So
giant spiders, my dude.
So yeah, you should listen to Age of Ashes. They fought a talking spider. I was like, I just wanted you there so bad.
I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. Now I know why I'm not watching that podcast.
Frank kicks open every door and demands the creature to parlay. Like humanoids. Hey monster, hey ogre, hey whatever, right? And this thing, they leave Joe alone. This thing drops down with tongue, licks his head. Is this a tasty human? Joe's like, ah! He's the cleric, right? And then they beat on him. They come running in and beat on this thing, and it's like, parlay. Because it actually can talk. And I'm like, oh, where's Willems when I need him? Because he just hear, you know, he just hear you like in the background going, ah! Kind of shit.
Kill it with fire!
Kill it with fire! That's my wife's line. Anyway.
I made it my friend.
Yeah, he did. He adopts everything.
Bad.
Warg puppies.
Bad.
Spider people.
I like my creatures.
Yep. So anyway, sorry.
So
totally sidebar there.
No, but I just, you know, that was good. And you know what? Aiden, I'm going to give you a force point for 2 reasons. One, you stayed in character. You did something that could be easily done, but you didn't take the easy road. You're trying to help the party. You know what I mean? Without breaking the code and keeping your powers secret, but instead of going, screw it. Because you could just do nothing and give them med packs and like, you don't want to blow your Jedi cover. So, and even with a stranger like Mull, who's a friend of or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And you're all in a fight together and you're healing them. So, dude, I think that's a straight up little force point for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, yeah. So then after that, sneak back out of the room into my room, put myself in a force trance, because I can do that as well.
Okay.
6 hours later, I wake up, sneak back into every room and wake them up. Because if I don't wake them up, they don't wake up.
Oh, wow.
So you sneak in the room on the floor, walk over to
but I don't think you'd have to sneak in.
Dude. You could totally, you know what? I'm not saying anything else. I just pictured something that a guy with that power could do to a ship, to like a ship's crew, and it would be like dark matter all like just, where are we? You're in deep wild space. It's like, comb of the crew, set the hyperdrive, get off.
I'm safe here.
Bye. Comb of the crew, set the autopilot, jump in the pod. Bye-bye, assholes. I didn't kill anybody. Set him in deep space in the coma.
Still kind of dark, though.
That's a very dark side.
That's, you could send him.
Give yourself a DP.
That's just, we gotta call it something else. I vote we call them DS points.
Or just
Dark
DSP.
side. DSP, yeah. If we do DSP, I'm totally cool with that.
Not only is it the GM's job,
because it doesn't have that double entendre that is just so wrong.
I know. You guys might think might think I'm a You might think I'm a dick, but it actually talks about, especially in this era, to constantly chip away at the Force users, tempting them with the dark side subtly, consistently, any way I can. It's there. It's a part of you because you are tuned into the Force. Light and dark are both there, and the dark is always scratching at the door going, come on. You're not still mad at me, are you? Just, hi, So, anyway. No, well played, sir. So, and then you wake them up, right, with a bucket of water. Psh. Fresh ammonia.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, you wouldn't even have to sneak. You just walk in and be like, "Yo, wake up!"
Oh, so anyway,
pretty much, yeah.
What is your? You had a. Let's look at your stealth. Let's look at that stealth.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. The Rahaul's right. I don't need to sneak back in.
No. Just want to review the night. Your best stealth roll was 13, and your taking 10 was 13.
Yes.
You forgot someone. The butler is here. And you're creeping around from room to room to room. Right?
The butler!
The butler's here!
Choke him.
Yeah, but he also hear me through a door, probably.
Are you kidding me, cheap ass? I'm probably on the couch. I don't have a room. I'm like probably laid out in the kitchen or something.
No, Alphonse stays in the closet.
Next to the bug, yeah. Anyway.
No, in my room.
Okay, so he was there in the room. Under the bed, right? Yeah, so you're in there, he wakes up and freezes, and you're like, it's okay, son. Out from under the bed comes like this patting hand. He goes back to sleep and turns on the nightlight. Is like, what the hell? There's like the covers pulled down. It's the Kid Fort. He turns the nightlight. You just see the silhouette of the man just kind of sitting there with a book reading. And till the morning, young Master Oberys. I believe he's asleep. Master Sham, you can leave now. It's like, okay. Staff sees everything and says nothing, right? But no, with
he hates me, I'm sure.
With negative, asleep with -10, and even like I said, even if I did see anything, like is it no, he did, stealth out cold, sees crap all. But I promised our listeners that we would not forget Alphonse. So there you go. And 5 minutes later, we all forgot he was in the room again.
He's just assume he's always there unless I'm like going out to do something. But if I'm at home, he's there.
All right, yeah.
Well, see, I thought he had a separate bedroom.
Of course not.
That's why I didn't.
No, he is like indebted to me. He's an indentured servant. Like
droids have it better living conditions than
like.
I used to dream of having a closet to myself. Anyway.
Until he manages my finances to the point where he can afford that extravagance.
Oh, wow. Slavery is real, and I'm in the center of your world of it.
No, it's just the way it is. It came with the marriage. And, I don't control their society. He believes this.
That's proud.
And I just you know what I mean?
Oh, honor and service, like the proud butler tradition. My family has served her family for generations. She's a bitch. I came with you. She settled, and I'm.
You don't starve the guy, I don't make extra.
It was like one of your ex-wives. You're like, and I'm taking Alphonse. She gets the mansion and everything else. You're like, well, I'm taking Alphonse.
It was part of the dowry.
I'm taking Alphonse. Oh, goody. Coffee comes with it. There you go. Backstory complete. So anyway, sorry.
And he tracked my ass down because he
she's such a
is my servant.
She's such a bitch, sir. Don't leave me with her on the planet. Yeah.
Oh, she was nasty, that one.
That's right. Okay. No, it's good. It's healthcare is good. Dr. Leth gives me an enema once a month.
When I met her,
good.
I thought that being all mouth would be a good thing.
Good one, sir. Okay, moving on, or we're gonna go all day at that. So the next day, and I'm assuming your hit points per hour, you guys are pretty much topped up.
We're all full.
Yeah, you're all good. Bring us
topped off.
I only needed like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So
there's Gilligar and some chop. Easy with that med pack. Jeez, that's you know, he's getting the bad health treatment. I can't even afford my manservant anymore. All right. Fast forward to later in that morning, where you guys find yourselves standing in the front room of the opulent Yerith Bespin Hotel. Yes?
yes.
It is decorated extravagantly. I mean, it's nice. It really is nice. It is clearly one of the finest establishments in the galaxy. Beautifully woven carpets stretch from one side of the lobby to the other. A crystalline chandelier hovers overhead, casting scintillating light down on the guests below. To one side of the room, a row of fine wooden desks housing computer terminals for hotel employees, each of whom is helping a finely dressed guest to check in or out. One guest, however, seems to be taking issue with the service and is berating the hotel employee, tending him so loudly that everyone in the lobby has turned to stare. The human man, dressed in the style of core world nobility, speaks with a precise accent even as he shouts at the desk worker, complaining about how unsuitable he finds the accommodations. These accommodations just won't do. Me and the boys refuse to play here. No? Okay, fine. I won't stand for this. I'm part of the Empire or something, so I have a British accent. No, I speak precisely in core world, so it's like blah, 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 blah. Part of the core world. Wardrobe perks up. Now, is he accompanying you to said fine hotel, or do you leave him back in the room?
He's back in the room.
Just so we clear, you know. You forgot your rifle, sir. Right in front of the cops. Damn it.
No, he doesn't follow me everywhere. He stays in the room unless I specifically instruct him to go elsewhere. Manages my finances, presses my suits, juices my lemons.
Juices your lemons?
Is that a euphemism for something that I am not aware of?
Euphemism for many things.
Turn your head and cough, sir. Oh, yeah. All right.
What? I like fresh lemonade.
Fresh ammonia, sir. Squeezed it myself.
Nobody does it quite like Alphonse. I'm not sure what it is.
Don't know. It's got some real kick to it, man. How did we come to this place? I ask you.
I don't know. It's late, man.
How did we get here?
That's what we're all asking.
Yeah. But I gotta say, like, this this place is fancy. Really, really fancy. Has a, you know, really nice ambience here that I'm kicking in here. Very full. Much turning of the wrist type of people walking around, you know. Ugh. Can I have a perception check, gentlemen, as you approach?
Certainly.
I see.
Certainly.
20.
20.
23.
7, because someone needs to bring up the bottom end.
Only here, yeah. All right. So starting with 7, the opulence of this place, Merrick, is a bit distracting. your World of War planet, your time in the field, your minimalist sort of lifestyle, you have guarded fancy people, but they've always been on the move. It was like a nice car or armored truck, or, you know, we went to a restaurant for gourmet meals and you were left outside. You know, the type of thing, like to walk into like a living space, a hotel or whatever like this.
So many shinies.
Yeah, it is, and that's my excuse for your crap ass 7. And the rest of you guys are like over 20. All right, let's break it down with who your character is and what I believe would stick out the most to them. I will point out that all of 3 of you notice everything I'm about to say, but I'm going to pick each detail out to two or three of you because of what I believe you might find more interesting. So let's start with Poser. The first thing you notice is the man that's in the middle of a rant is actually pretty young. Dude's barely 20 summers. Has a short cropped haircut, but dresses in the noble style that you have seen in the inner core worlds when you were visiting temples, and, you know, your Jedi Master was always in and out with every walk of life, from the lowest of the low to the highest of the high, and, you know, certain dress codes in the core worlds, you know, stand out.
Right.
And this guy is dressed as such. The second thing you notice, Poser, is that he has an entourage of 6. They patiently, blandly wait back in sort of the lounge area as he goes on his rant. You notice and sense the danger that they present, because although casual, these people are obviously armed bodyguards. 4 of them openly carry rifles, and no one seems to mind. 2 of them carry vibroblades and weapons and are decoratively, colorfully skinned near-humans, a couple of Thaleen ladies. Very distracting, bright orange hair, spotted purple down pink skin. They really stand out in any society, especially a humanoid one where their stark skin color patterns can draw a lot of attention. You remember a lesson from your master about decoying, drawing attention, drawing focus in a way to protect something else. This noble, when he's not causing a fuss, if he shut his mouth, would blend into the room perfectly, and his entourage stands out as if to draw attention to them. Rahaul. The 4 men you notice, annoying, okay, that these guys get to carry weapons. They have them holstered and put away and slung back, you know, like drafting tubes kind of, but, you know, it's obviously that they're carrying guns, actual rifles. The 4 men themselves, however, you notice the Thaleen women. The men all look very, very similar. They could be quadruplets. They are wearing, I wouldn't say utilitarian clothing, but as nicely dressed as they are in pants that can run. They are in shoes that, you know, don't click. They are wearing, you know, coats that aren't suits.
Galactic lore, are they clones? Do I recognize the faces? I fought against them, so...
Exactly. they are.
Yeah.
4 Republic clones. 2 Thaleen women carrying blades. Everyone's carrying a gun, all 6 of them. And they stand politely away from the desk in the lounge area, and they are watching everything, and they see you guys come in, and they're keeping an eye on you. But again, they're not eyeballing you. You know what I mean? Like gangsters or rookie bodyguards kind of thing. The women...
No, they're the bodyguards.
Yeah, but the women actually look dispassionate about their job. Like, they're sitting there and they're taking note, one glance at you, and that's it. They almost look bored. The guys are set up in a diamond pattern, dispersed, each one not facing a compass point, but their toes give them away. One guy, like they all seem to be facing forward, but each has a slight body gesture in each direction so that they can easily, without looking, their whole head is turning. You know what I'm saying? If your shoulders are facing 45 degrees of north, it's easy to look east and not look like you're just scanning the whole room. These guys are pros. And Mr. Gand.
Do I see? What do I see?
The women are of a predatory nature. They're watching the man closely. They're watching the guy, their boss, very closely. But it's like they watch him to see who reacts to him, as if they could jump in or need to. You get the distinct sense of tigers on a leash for some reason. Something you really don't like. Tigers are wild creatures that should be free. The way these women are acting, cowed, dangerously armed, impassionately, and sort of dressed up, but they look like dressed up something. They're acting like someone that has seen servitude, a little heavy-handed, if you're following my drift. Okay. I don't like using the S word. You don't like the S word, but you would definitely bet that if there's a slave in the room, it's these two. Merrick. Those are beautiful curtains, man. I mean, like, just... It's amazing. And you could just like wrap it around Sasha's stock and like, for like a special occasion, maybe you could pass her off because you're still always thinking about getting your gun back. She's on, maybe you get her something nice, and if Rahaul gets into it, keeps hanging around.
Velvet. Handles.
Exactly. Like
stock cover. Yeah.
You ever see those video games where like bling out the RPG or you bling out the rifle? It's all gold and embossed and they have the bling weapon for, just rolling around your head there. Just saying. Anyway, as you guys take this in, a few moments, okay, the argument at the desk subsides. The nobleman seems to be mollified for now. He briskly strides over to his entourage and begins curtly addressing them in hushed tones. The hotel staff that were around him rush off in every direction, apparently to see to his requests. He gathers up his little entourage and stalks off right past you guys, out the front door, into the city streets of Bespin. What do you do?
Well, before he stalks on past, I'll just lean towards him as he's on his way by and just be like, you just can't find good help these days, eh? Give him a nod.
Okay. There is an opening between the entourage, like they have them surrounded or whatever, but there's that sort of, I'm talking to you, not your servants kind of thing. So there is that moment, right? He just looks at you, and perhaps he mistakes that you're talking about his entourage. And he just kind of sniffs. Keeps walking. Can I have a perception check, Mr. Lean In Close?
24.
His big humph, his big eyebrow raise, his sort of turn of the head, the striking profile of I'm not listening to you, but you get the silhouette, makes the crop of his haircut very distinctive in your mind's eye. You've seen this style of haircut before.
Ooh.
This is...
I know from where?
Yeah. At the end of the war...
Maybe not. 13 collectible.
At the end of the war, there was somebody that was... It's in the back of your head. It's right there. You know, if you've seen it on a poster or a certain class of nobility, or somebody that was political towards a right wing, or you know what I mean? It's just something about the haircut that just rings a bell. It doesn't suit the noble outfit. He's out of place. He almost looks like he's been dressed up, and the haircut doesn't suit. Or he is a noble, and he's a noble with like the wrong haircut because he's trying to be fashionable, and it just didn't work. It's just the two just don't go together, and you don't know which is negative and which is positive. There's either a haircut hiding as a noble, or there's a noble that's sporting the really wrong fucking haircut, and it's just scratching at your brain. Anyway, they go off. What do you guys do?
Approach the counter. As we walk in, I'll lean over to Merrick. Hey, big guy, form up a protective detail. Make it look like he's protecting me.
I am protecting you.
No, with everybody, dummy.
Hey. I look over at everyone around and just take a very commander stance.
Okay.
And I put out so Rahaul keeps moving, and I kind of stop for half a second, so to gather everyone's attention.
Yep.
And then I just point to people, and I point to where they should be standing.
Okay.
Around Rahaul.
Yep. There's you're right off his left shoulder, half a step back, as turn to be advised or do something, or you're his guy, right? You've got Mull on his right, but further away. But he's practically in step with, you know what I mean, like sweeping the flank. And then you have Aiden in behind watching our six kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Walk up, approach the counter.
Okay.
Good day. I'd like to inquire if there's any vacancies.
Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, absolutely I do, and I'll slide a 500 cred chip over the counter.
They slide it back. I'm sorry. Without a reservation, all our rooms have been pre-booked well in advance. It's because of the tournament, you see.
Right. Well, I just saw one of your patrons walk right out that door. I'll take his room.
He did not check out, sir. I'm very sorry. He's still occupying his room. He was, shall we say, surprised at one of our opulent features, but we assure you we are correcting the matter post-haste, and his satisfaction is assured. And he still, unfortunately, occupies that room, sir. So without a reservation, I cannot help you.
Fair enough. Perhaps you could help me with a little information. And I'll slide the cred chip back across the counter.
Okay. They don't wait for the question. They just take the money. She just takes the money and says, and pockets it and says, I will, of course, help you any way I can and tell you everything I know. But you also get that like, you're not getting the money back, and if I don't know shit, it's my money. Like, do you want fries with that? So what do you want?
I want to know that guy's name.
Oh. Oh. Anyway, she's
room number.
She starts like doing leading questions, right? She's like, I'm sorry. She says, we have the most update security. All conversations between staff and our guests are monitored. And she's doing the big, like, I can't say this out loud, right? Kind of thing. I can't tell you that. And she turns the screen around for you to see. And right at the top is his name and room number. He says,
of course. I would never expect you to violate your contract.
If you would like to leave a message for the gentleman, we will see sure that it is in his mailbox, and as soon as he returns here to Yerith Hotel, that he receives it post-haste. Or we can actually have a courtesy messenger sent out to him and track him down right away for a small fee, of course.
That won't be necessary. I've got his name and his room number, right?
Mm-hmm. Baron Baron Kithris.
Well, young lady, you've certainly been of service today. I bid you farewell. Perhaps we'll meet again in the future.
She smiles at you. She says, have a pleasant day, and thank you so much for considering the Yerith Hotel.
We'll head on out.
Okay.
Find a place to talk amongst ourselves without prying eyes.
All right.
And I'll mention the fact there was something definitely off about that guy. He's either playing at a noble or he's just an idiot. But either way, definitely Imperial.
Yeah, that was the vibe that I got as well.
Did you see the clones?
Yeah.
So the curtains, they were clones?
Those are military issue.
Yeah, prior to the war. No, start of the war actually, but I do think that's our target, though.
I agree. I mean, we was sent to find out about this Project Sarlacc. That's an Imperial project. If he's here, I guarantee you, he knows about Darga. He might know more about the project.
Which means we need to get into his room and then follow him. Keep tabs on him at least.
You read in my mind. It's like you're using the Force or something.
I'm taking back that dark side point, Matt. That was really forced. I'm sorry. Get it? Forced? Yeah. Yeah, and I get another dark side point. Yeah, sure.
So let's head back to the room. Do some research. See if we can maybe find a floor plan of the hotel. Do a little infiltration.
Didn't we have access to the Sky City's computer?
I believe Zin has that. He's on the ship, so maybe we should go back to the ship.
You can call.
You can party line him.
You can call him on comms. And
oh yeah, of course. But there's also meeting up with Buddy about the tournament, getting our entry fee lined up.
Yeah, Jack Mandelbrot.
Oh,
pilot.
No, he's talking about the security
that's the
guy.
Royal Casino.
And the casino, the security.
Yeah. Lots to do.
So we'll file that little foray as awesome. And before we head back, we'll take care of the securing positions for folks. Should we go our separate ways?
I think it seems like we are. I know it's the thing about split party, but we have someone who's going for a band interview.
Yeah, so I'll go back to the room and research and get in contact with Zin and make a game plan for getting into the hotel. I'll leave getting into the security detail to you.
I have a very impressive resume.
Yeah, combat types, and Aiden's gonna go jam out with his cone out.
Yep.
I was hoping to pull up an actual picture of the hotel or street from Bespin, but I'm not having much luck here. Okay. So who do you want to start with? Security guy? Matt, what are we doing with Maul? Everyone goes every different direction. You're like, oh crap. Who do I?
Well, what role would Maul best fit in this situation? I'd assume he'd go with Ryan for the security.
Yeah, that would fit best.
Okay.
Quick question. Seems that we have Zin back on the ship with control to all the security and the cameras. Could we get him to follow Baron?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, get on comms and have them track their location.
Track the trope.
Haha. Or yeah, that would give us an opportunity to maybe, if he goes to some place with private, we could confront him.
Okay. There isn't like citywide cameras on every corner here.
So when he goes off camera,
well, we have a fourth man. We can have him tail.
You want to call up Gilligar and say, go get him?
No, I'm talking about the Gans.
Oh, sorry. Again, a second ago said I'm going to go get a security job.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I can do whatever.
That's not a bad idea. Covers all our bases.
No.
So yeah.
Okay. So
1, 2, 3, break.
yeah, you go chasing after him, trying to figure out where he is. Because you guys literally did we walk in, you have a 5 conversation with the desk, then you stack up and have like a 5 like the guy's got 10 minutes on you or more. He could have gone anywhere by this point.
Could Zin maybe locate him to give Ganda a direction?
Like I said, possibly. Let me pull up Zin and see how smart he is today. Okay, so he does a page, right? He taps into the emergency system, right? And he does something like this: "Bing, bing, bing. Would Baron Krythus please report to the local guard station? Blah blah blah. Something wrong with your writ permit for them to carry guns, or just gives them a bullshit page at the mall kind of thing." So
puts him out of spot.
Yeah, he'll either ignore it or he might actually go to somewhere that you guys can. Right. Anyway,
nice. There's
actually,
and
if
then
Zin can do that.
Yeah,
that might not be a bad idea. Converge on them there and then tail them.
Yeah, like I said, we're trying to dig them up for you guys to follow them, right? So anyway, Zin tells you via comm and computer where the closest guard posts are in a 360 radius around the hotel you just left. Right? Because if he's told to go to the closest guard post, because Zin paged him like he was at the mall, no matter what direction he went in, he's probably going to walk to the closest one that's closest to the hotel where he left.
Yeah.
So at least you guys have like a radius of points, but it's like there are points in that 360, not, geez, he could have gone freaking anywhere. But you guys might have to split up immediately and hit those points. Or a guard security, right, post has a camera. And Zin can go, okay, go to this one because I just saw him walk onto the cam demanding what, because those have cameras around them and you know what I mean?
Right.
So he's trying to get them to step into a camera. He's watching all, 20 guard posts that are within a radius.
Quick question of the party then. So we tail them to find out their patterns? What are we hoping to get accomplished?
Imperial, so, I mean... take out the guards, capture the dude, interrogate him about Darga and Project Sarlacc.
So we should hold off on doing a party break then.
All right.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Yeah, well, if we're looking to subdue him, I don't think sending one of us would be the wisest thing.
If you want to search his room, at least you can have somebody tail him going, okay, he's 2 minutes away, he's 5 minutes away, someone goes to the room, rips apart. If you guys want to see what he's up to, he could lead you anywhere, get involved in anything, and we might end up with a poser situation where it's like, I'm alone and they saw me. Run. Right? They all have guns. Right? What are you involved, right? Unfortunately, Rahaul ensured that the entire company made you. Because he approached, and the whole entourage of guards all went, who's this getting close to our VIP? They all saw all 4 of you, right? Mulling around.
Breaking in the room is also an option.
But if it's, the most extravagant hotel here, their locks...
yeah, their security's going to be tight.
Yeah, but then we have access to the mainframe of Cloud City, too.
Is there any sort of, speaking of like Ocean's 11, is there any lifting in this game? Is there any bump and take the guy's keys kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's under stealth, I believe.
Yeah. You guys could, I mean, it would be tricky.
Pickpocket.
Yeah, but you guys would need the whole crew to set up a bump and run. You can't have one guy get in between his entourage with 6 people watching you, bump into him and go, I'm sorry, and everyone just goes, idiot. It's so obvious to train bodyguards that...
But do we have anybody who can actually do that? I'm stealthy, but I'm not that stealthy.
Zin?
Yeah.
It's our sniper.
He's a scout. I don't know if he's a rogue, but anyway.
He's mad stealthy.
Just a thought.
Mad stealthy.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like a park bench or like he's got urban camouflage. He's like the waist band and it just follows them.
Well,
he's all drunk and he bumps into him. I'm sorry. He's like, hey, Zin, that was a great job. Pretend to be drunk.
Yeah.
Who says I'm pretending?
But you ever see that great meme where there's a fox and the hounds are packed so close they're all heads running as one, and the fox is in the middle, but it's facing forward running with them, and it says with a bluff skill this high you don't need combat skills, right? You guys like turn a corner and there's like the last clone in line, and Zin grabs him and just falls in line with the pill hat.
Yeah.
You know.
But Zin's on the ship being our computer guy.
He is. You might have to top that out. So it sounds like you guys have a couple ideas, but maybe discussing a plan, because you're going to have a week, because we will see you next time on We Shot First, or the heist. No. The tournament. No. The assassination? No. The interrogation. Yeah. The clones. Hey, look, the war's back on. Matt starts having, post-traumatic stress because Frank's in the game.
To pick.
Yeah, there you go.
So does Poser.
I like killing clones.
Yeah, Poser is not against dropping some clones.
There's a lot to be said for human fodder. But honestly, droids are where it's at.
Brothers. And we'll see you next time. Say goodnight, Poser.
Good night, everybody.
Say it quietly, they're sleeping.
Good night, everybody. Sweet dreams.